Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our second lesson this week of the train ride. And again, we're not going to look at this book. As you might be able to tell, we are going to do a history lesson. We are going to look at trains through the ages. So we're going to look at where trains started and how they've progressed all the way up to what trains look like now. And then I'm going to set you a task to do before tomorrow's lesson or before you next do the lesson. So it's up to you to do it. Now, we will have a look at the different trains. Now, all of this information comes from this book here. So if you would like to find out more, you could buy this book just like I have this week and learn lots of interesting facts about lots of different types of trains. So the first train that went on tracks that used steam to power was this train, and it was built in 1804, so a long time ago, even before your parents were born. Now, what people had started to do is they had used coal to create steam, and they had used it stationary, so built in certain places. But someone thought, if I put some wheels on that and connect the wheels to the engine, we could make it move. And they started off by thinking that it was an iron horse, because before that it was horses that used to pull things along. But when they started to put the engines on wheels, then they created the trains, and they could use them for lots of things, like moving people or moving things that they needed to move around. Now, let's see. So we're now going to jump forward into the future, or into the future in this time, and see if the train looks the same or if it looks different. So does that look exactly the same? Does it look similar? Are there differences? Are there changes? So this is about 30 years further down the line. And now they don't just have one set of cylinders making the steam and pushing the wheels. They have two. They have one on each side. But they still have four wheels. They can still have the chimney to let the steam out. Now, are you ready to jump forward again? We're going to look further into the future. Does that look like the same as the two trains that we've seen? Or have the trains changed now? Oh, I can see one big thing. Now, it isn't just an engine that they have, they've got something else as well. Now, in the second carriage, that's where they keep all their water and their coal, and they use it to power the steam engine. So to make the steam, they need the fire with the coal, and they need the water to turn into steam. And this again has two cylinders to make the wheels turn. And it again is a steam engine, but now it doesn't just have four wheels, two on each side. It has three wheels on each side. Are you ready to jump forward again? Let's have a look at our next train. See if you can work out what's the same and what is different before I tell you. Ready? Another blue train. Trains are all blue. Look at the number of wheels and look how long it's got. The trains are getting much longer now. This one still has the second carriage full of coal and water. And it still has a chimney, but this chimney is much shorter than some of the earlier ones. Oh, let's look at. Oh, this doesn't have six wheels, and it doesn't have four. This one now has four wheels, and then six wheels. So this one now has 10 wheels on our carriage, and they've got a nice place for the driver to sit to work the train. And now it doesn't just have two cylinders moving the wheels. It now has four, so they've got more and more cylinders when the steam's created to push the wheels along. And they're getting much quicker. This train could go at about 110 miles per hour. So now we're going to jump forward again. So this is 1930. We're going to jump forward. Oh, this is the train that we looked at yesterday. So this is the world's fastest steam train. And look again, they've got more wheels. The chimney's got much shorter. So let's look at the wheels first. It's still got two at the front. Well, four at the front, two on each side. then it has 6 after that, but then it has another 2 small ones right at the back. And now, instead of having 4 cylinders or 2 cylinders, this one has 3 cylinders, so 3 bits to make the wheels move. Now, it had a much bigger carriage to hold all the steam, not all the steam, all the water and the coal to make the steam. On this information, it had a state-of-the-art cabin where the driver sat. And it has, look, the front is the curved bit that we talked about yesterday that made the train streamlined so it could cut through the air a bit better. And that was in 1938 that one started. Right, let's have a jump forward again in time to see where we are now. Now this train is the first train that, or one of the first trains that didn't run on coal and didn't run on steam. This is an electric train. So inside the engine, it had 2 generators, so 2 things that would create electricity, and all the wheels and all of the power came from those. So it created its own power from with batteries. And this was a prototype, so it never really worked. And this was slower than the last train. The last train we saw was really quick, and this one's got a little bit slower. And this one could go to 106 miles per hour, but now it's not using steam. And this one was really cool because it had 2 fronts, so it could go both ways without having to be in reverse. So they could just change where the driver was sitting. Now ready to jump further forward. These are trains that we might use now. So again, they don't use coal. They use electricity. And some of them are named after British athletes from the 2012 Olympics. They have, let's see how many wheels they have. They have 6 wheels, but they're much smaller, and there are 2 at the front and then 1 at the back. Well, 4 at the front and 2 at the back, each side. And again, they've kept that curved shape so they can go quicker and they can cut down. Now this train goes much quicker than the other ones. This one goes at 140 miles per hour. And this is in the southeast of England. So some of you might have been on this train, and it gets its powers from wires overhead. So it picks up the electricity. It doesn't create its own. It picks it up and uses them, a lot like a Scalextric's car. Now I think we have one more train that we're going to look at. Now this train is from China, and look how long the front is. Do you think this train is a steam engine, or do you think it uses electricity? Yeah, this one uses electricity as well. And it's even, with its aerodynamic point, it can go even quicker. This one can go at 155 miles per hour. And this one has 8 wheels, so 4 on each side, on the carriage. And now, this is your big challenge. I want you to design the train of the future. How are we going to get around in the future on your train? Is it going to be an electric train? Is it going to be a steam engine? Will it be something else? Maybe it could be a solar powered train, so it has lots of solar power, so the sun powers it. It's up to you. How many wheels are there going to be on your train? I want you to design it, I want you to draw it, and I want you to think about all the fantastic things that the train could be. And I will see you all again tomorrow for our final lesson on the train ride. Bye everyone.